Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and I am super excited today because we are going to be building the Bags and Apparel Boutique Modular by Brick Artisan in a YouTube world exclusive collaboration. Fantastic! Now, many of you will be very familiar with Brick Artisan as the wonderful creator of many an interesting MOC and alternate builds, including the world famous Sitcomplex, which is a combination of all the sitcom builds of the Central Perk, Friends Apartments, Big Bang Theory, Seinfeld, Queer Eye, etc., etc., into a great tower for your city. Much more user-friendly. But I have the honour of being the first person in the world to build a physical copy of his brand new Bags and Apparel Boutique Modular. So that is very exciting indeed. Well worthy of a bedoing, I think you'll agree. Anyway, he sent me the design files and the lovely PDF instructions that will soon be available on Rebrickable after I've managed to build mine first. He didn't send me any bricks though, which is a bit frustrating. I had to get all of those. Oh, and what a mountain of bricks it is. Unsurprising, given it's a full-size modular, that it would be this many. But yeah, let's get these mound of bricks into a wonderful build and give it a bit of review while we're going. So yeah, can't wait. Let's get rolling on the tiles. Good. Well, I've got the ground level done, and that's never the most fun part of any modular build, really. Made a little bit harder for me because I've got all of my parts in one great big box rather than numbered bags. So finding all of these one by ones has been a bit of a trauma. But anyway, we've got there, and it's looking pretty smart, actually. I really like the focal point of the main Bags and Apparel store. That's looking very vivid indeed, with a very nice sort of angled kind of pattern in there. It'll be interesting to see how it dovetails with the wonderful curved front, which I think is everyone's favourite part of Brick Artisan's build. It just looks very grand and very natural indeed. And then you've got the steps into the more wedge-shaped kitchenware shop that takes up kind of the little bit that's left over on the base plate. And one thing I've noticed already is it's quite a small modular as they go, actually. On the corner there, we've got quite a lot of pavement space outside the front. We're going to be having that flower cellar, of course, and that'll look really great as well. But yeah, on first glances, it feels quite small, but we'll have to see how it builds up when we get onto the next level, which what I shall start now with some walls and maybe even that front section. Let's get going. Well, the build is already much more interesting now, with the back walls on and some of the really interesting geometry showing. You can see the funny wedge shape for our kitchenware shop, but that is very interesting indeed. Very different shape from Lego and almost the segment of a pie sort of shape of the main build. And this bit wobbles a little bit, which may firm up in due course, but I mean, it's not exactly a problem. And then this bit is really quite rigid, so surprisingly so. It's actually attached to studs on the base plate in a couple of places and kind of wedged right up against studs in another couple of places to keep it nice and secure. And I think that's really well done, actually. Very nice shape indeed. I think there's a tiny bit of a problem there with the checker. Maybe that 2x2 needs to be a few 1x1s instead, so we get that tiniest corner of red in there, but we're really nitpicking if we look at that. And then onto the details for the lower floor as well. So first of all, we've got a lovely kitchenware shop sign, which I think is a nice floating green K. At least I presume that was the intention there. And that can go on there with its whisk and its fork. Looking very good. Like that a great deal. And then for the back wall, we've got this setup, which is very interesting. Lots of different 1x1s. I didn't buy the exact ones in the pattern. I just saw what I had basically to fill these shelves full of what I think would probably be different flavours of tea or something like that, because a lot of these kitchenware shops sell tea alongside all of their cups, mugs and teapots. So that basically goes under what will be the stairway on this bit here, and it really fills the wall with a lot of brightness. So the stairs will be going up like that, and we've got the cashier's till just behind the bottom of those steps. And then for this gap in here, we've got a very clever double-sided shelving unit, which on one side has got all sorts of kitchenwares with bowls and frying pans and all the rest of it. All those mugs, of course, with space from one that's just been sold, and then some really fancy ware at the top with teapots and teacups and saucers. Very nice indeed. So that'll slot into that place. But on the other side, it's also got more shelves for very folded up bits of clothing in all sorts of different colours and sizes. So very neatly done, like one of the fancy shops around town. So that can go into that position. And already, wow, this kitchenware shop is looking absolutely packed and stacked, which is just how I like it. So that is very, very good indeed. And you can pretty much use any old bits you've got rather than the precise ones. I know I changed mine a bit for some of those friends bowls and so on. So now for the main area, we've already got that section filled. The back corner is going to be a spiral staircase up to the next level, because stairs are always really hard to cram in. And this is the long cashier's desk for this shop. And wow, I've put loads of interesting 1x1s in there to represent the smaller, more finer ware under glass, which can go here. Then we've got more goods all sort of folded up neatly in different colours on a side bit there. And then we've got what would be the sign of the business on this 2x4 with a very ornate frame, which I think looks absolutely great as well. We are going to have to take a bit of creative license here, I think, because the original was called B&A, which obviously was the initials of Brick Artisan, and it was done with a few quarter tiles or with a sticker if it had been made into a set, because this build was entered into the Bricklink Designer Programme Round 5. I voted for it, and it seemed to be very popular indeed, with that lovely shape and geometry and all the grandeur that go very appropriately right next to the Grand Emporium. Alas, it wasn't successful. I think it got loads and loads of votes, but after all of Kim's efforts of designing it, building it, putting it into PDF, instructions and so on, Lego changed the rules at the very last minute to exclude modulars, which is a nightmare, really. Very frustrating with all the effort he put in. I mean, I know Lego don't want to, mess with their flagship annual line of modular sets, but it's a bit annoying doing that after all of that work. I bet it won the vote, and that's why they decided to take it out last minute, but we'll never know. It's kind of a bit like my fast food corner when I entered it into Lego Ideas. I didn't think it stood a chance because it was a modular. Anyway, so my point is that the set, had it been made, would have had a nice sticker there for the shop sign. So I'm going to leave it blank at the moment, but I have got a cunning plan to fill that up, and the exterior sign as well. But I very much like the ornate kind of designer branded signage on the interior. So that is super cool. So wow, look at that for a floor. And look at that for loads of stuff for sale. I think my favourite's this shelving unit over here with all the kitchenware on. But yeah, the curve is very nice and less wibbly than I thought it might have been. I mean, I suppose it could just close a little bit there. Yeah, it's a little bit flappy, but, we haven't finished it yet, so that's very hard to judge it yet. Right, so I'm going to finish off the frontage here. We've also got 3 little plinths here on the inside of the window for mannequins to be wearing some of the clothing. And that'll look really good as well to fill those slots. And obviously the middle one here is the doorway. So I'm going to finish off the front here, get these sort of tiles to join all these sections of wall together, and fill in this section with its frontage, which I have changed very slightly. Kim's plans were the same pieces but in white, and I decided that black sort of wrought iron railings looked a bit better, and besides I had the part, so I've just done a quick colour change for that. But yeah, let's get on with it. Looking good so far though. Ho ho ho! The ground floor is almost complete, and it is looking great, isn't it? I absolutely adore this view into the kitchenware store. That looks absolutely great, and these really big windows on the front of the B&A store look absolutely fantastic as well. I've added a bit more product on a plinth just inside the door, as you can see, and that is looking really good. Now the front is very strong now. It's attached from the top and the bottom. You can, if we're being very critical, push that in, but it's easy to push it back out again. And the spiral staircase is a little bit wibbly, but when it's held in from the top, it's not too bad. So yeah, overall, I'm very happy with it. Now, when I spoke to Brick Artisan about doing this build, I really wanted to know if I was allowed to make any changes at all, or if he wanted me to just build it completely pure as he had designed it. And he was very cool with me making changes. So I've added different flowers on here, for example, and done that tile change in the floor. But one thing that I wanted to do that was a bit more significant was add awnings over all of the door and window ways, so it kind of looked like a really high-end store. And that's not something that Brick Artisan wanted to put into his original build because, well, he wants his to be the mirror image of the Birch Bank, which is kind of the sister set to this one in his city, where it has the other part of the half circle. So he didn't want it breaking up that sort of very curved frontage, but I am going to do that on mine. So I'm going to add these windscreen pieces in dark blue, which I like because they're nice and hollow, and go over here. Now they are rather hard to get hold of, actually, in that they came in only one set, 4746, the Mobile Command Center, which was an Alpha Team Mission Deep Freeze set from 2004. So it's been very difficult for me to get even 4 of these. Now, if you want to do a similar thing, you could just use any old slopes in dark blue. They just wouldn't be hollow underneath and would probably have some join lines if you used sort of 2x3 ones or something like that. But I think that adds even more quality to it, if you ask me. Now, another thing I wanted to do was to add a very interesting sign for this business, and because the original was supposed to have stickers had it been made into a set and now doesn't, I was thinking I could recycle an old idea that I had for my city, which was for a high-end clothes store that was going to be called bum bum bum, Where Are My Pants? So I've actually collected 2 of these stickers that came with the 70809 Lord Business's Evil Lair from 2014, where they feature in the Lego movie, of course, with the Where Are My Pants guy on a sort of TV show called Where Are My Pants? And he's always losing his pants. So I thought we could call a shop that sold pants, Where Are My Pants? So, you know, we could have one of these on the inside on that rather ornate sign and one above the door. And I thought that would be really fantastic. Now, that does mean we're moving away from the bags sort of side of things and just sticking to the clothing. But that's fine by me. And I thought that's why I've changed a lot of my pieces to be very small pieces of underwear of all sorts of different types. Because in the UK, pants are underwear, not trousers like they are in the USA. So I thought it'd be even more funny to make this store about underwear. So basically that is what the pants that the sign Where Are My Pants is referring to. So when we think about the 3 mannequins in the 3 bits of window, these are the things that are going to be modelled. Some beautiful magenta boxer shorts, a nice sort of lime green, well, ladies' garment, and some nice spotty ones, which look absolutely fantastic. So I reckon if we put those in the window, it will make it very apparent what this store is selling, even before we've got the sign over the door and in that frame. And that is a pretty fun look, if you ask me. So yeah, that is going to be my variation, combining my idea with this wonderful build. And that looks absolutely grand. So there is the first floor finished. I think I need to now build the flower cart on the outside, and then we'll be ready to go up, 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 all the way to the roof. All right, next stage. I remembered the lights on the front that I'd deliberately missed off before. Yes, and I've added a couple of stickers to the window. I've tried to not go completely over the top. I've just got a nice new one here for these lovely lime briefs, and an open sign in the red and white that sort of matches the floor on the front door, and I think that looks about right. I could cake it with even more using these brick stickers from the brick sticker pack 853921 from 2019. Could have a sale or all sorts, but no, I think I'll just stick there for now. I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, very colourful, very nice looking, but it gets a lot better when we bring in the little florist stand from outside, which is fantastic. Very, very bright, colourful, loads of different shapes, gives you a chance to use all of your flower pieces from your flower collection if you've got one like mine, little leftover ones from certain sets or old friends ones that you can get from Bricklink, and that looks really nice. It just looks stunning, and I like the fact that we've got a couple kind of wrapped up in a sort of wrap of paper and plastic, all ready for sale. So that is brilliant. And then there's a lovely big rose on the top, but I have changed the build up here just a little bit because I wanted to make it even better than the original one. And it just so happened that I got the sticker sheet in a recent brick haul sent in by Peter for the Flower Shop 40680. And I've used a couple of the stickers, as you can see, and a little bit of sticker surgery to make a patterned 1x floor that says florist on one side, little flower, florist, little flower. And now I can put that on the top there and have the rose on top of that. And oh, I think that's an improvement. Yeah, that looks really good. So very, very happy with that now. And that goes, excuse me, Robin, over here and really brightens up that large pavement area. Now, the original set also has some benches and stuff like that, but I have my own style of benches for my city where this is going to be put in, of course, so I'll probably stick with that. But yeah, I really like that. Check out that colour. Oh, what an absolute burst. It looks great in that bright and dark green contrast colour. Very nice indeed. Cool. So I've also done the signs. There is the interior one for Where Are My Pants? For all your pant needs. So that can go on there. I think I've got that right. And there is one for the outside with some dark tan, which will kind of basically go there. Now, that looks excellent. But maybe I was a bit ambitious at the beginning of this video, thinking I could get it all done in one go. I'm reminded again why Lego has numbered bags for all of its builds. No time to do 2 floors today, but I have had time to do the roof. I just thought that was something a bit more manageable in size. So I'm going to take that off for a moment and show you the lovely ornate roof. And it's in 2 sections, as the entire upper floors will be. One for the B&A store, which is now Where Are My Pants, of course, which goes over here. And another one for the kitchenware. And that means that each of the levels you can take off like a doll's house individually. And we've got a really nice sort of skylight there. So obviously this isn't right because it should be 2 more stories up in the air. But, oh, you get the idea. That fits lovely and really matches absolutely perfectly the pattern of all of these on the ground floor. So yeah, that looks really good. I mean, you could almost have it like that if you're on a budget. But yeah, it'll look even better when we do next time 2 more floors. But I'm still struck by this florist and how wonderfully that sticker sheet matches this little build. It looks absolutely gorgeous from every level. I clearly need to add some minifigures like a florist outside and some shop assistants and maybe somebody who's desperately in need of some new pants. Don't ask. But I'm really happy with this so far. I think Kim has done an amazing job. So 2 thumbs up to him. And if you want to do this build yourself, then the instructions will be available in Brick Artisan's Rebrickable account, as usual, as soon as I'm finished, that is. And the link for that is in the description below. Did you lose your pants? Did you wear them out? Did you maybe grow a size? Destroy them in the laundry? Or perhaps you're just fed up with going commando? Who knows? But for all your pant needs, go to Where Are My Pants? Yep, this is absolutely fantastic as a part 1. I'm really looking forward to doing the remaining floors to make this a proper modular for inclusion in my city. Pride of place, I think. It's very, very pretty. I think you'll agree. So yeah, do look out for part 2. But for today, we're going to have to call it close. But yeah, I really like that. Yeah, even the side build's good. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome Lego videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing a brick haul on Wednesday. And then next week, well, it just has to be the second part of this build. Wow, how cool is that? Yes, yes. So until all of that, see you! This build is crammed with details. Love that floor.